everyone, this is Giselle Antonia Bisnar.
And this is Andrea June Maniakap.
So the lesson in general mathematics that we are going to tackle is about one-to-one functions. What are our learning objectives? So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define a one-to-one function, determine if a set of ordered pair or function is a one-to-one, and use horizontal line test to identify one-to-one function. But let us first define what is one-to-one function. So one-to-one function is a function for which every element of the range of the function corresponds to exactly one element of the domain. So if x sub 1 is not equal to x sub 2, then f of x sub 1 is not equal to f of x sub 2. Equivalently, f of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2 only when x sub 1 is equal to x sub 2. Which means that if we have two y values, then it follows that there's only one x value. So this is the meaning of one-to-one. For one value of y, there is only one value of x. Let us now define one-to-one using set of ordered pairs. So we have here a one-to-one example and not one-to-one example. The left side is a one-to-one because every value of y, they corresponds only one value of x. While on the other hand, there is a value of y which is 4 that corresponds to x values which is 3 and 5. So in general, in using set of ordered pairs, a function is one-to-one if y is paired with 1x. Let's now have the graphs. So graphically, we can identify if the graph is one-to-one or not by just looking at the y value and make sure that every y value has only one x value. So the left graph is one-to-one because it passes the horizontal test and its y value only corresponds to exactly one x value. Unlike in the other paragraph, it is not one-to-one because the y value 1 is paired with two x values, namely negative 2 and 0. Actually, we have a test that we could use, and that test is what we call horizontal line test. What we mean of that line test is a graph of a function is one-to-one if each horizontal line intersects the graph in at most one point. So kindly just visualize if you are putting horizontal lines on the graph. The horizontal lines will only touch the graph only in one point. Unlike on the other graph, if you have a horizontal line that will pass through this point, there are 2 points that will touch the graph. Going back to the concept of line test, we have the vertical and horizontal line test. Always remember that all functions satisfy the vertical line test and all one-to-one functions satisfy both the vertical and horizontal line tests. How about using functions? To know if a function is one-to-one, show that f of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2, only when x sub 1 is equal to x sub 2. Let's have an example. Let's say the function is f of x is equal to x plus 2. First, we need to have this. F of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2. Let's do substitution. So let x be the x of 1. So we have now x sub 1 plus 2. And on the right side, let x be the x of 2. So we have now x sub 2 plus 2. And as we can see here, both sides have plus 2, so we could just cancel it or remove it. So now we have x sub 1 is equal to x sub 2. Since we were able to show that two x values is the same, f of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2 are also the same, then the given function is a one-to-one. And let's now have another example for the function not one-to-one. Let's see, we have f of x is equal to x squared. So same procedure to be done. Let us have f of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2. Replace the x of x sub 1 on the left and replace x for the x sub 2 on the right. And now we have this. How to get rid of the exponent? We need to take the square root of both sides. And remember, in getting the square root of both sides, we have two values which are negative and positive. And so, we have plus minus x sub 1 is equal to plus minus x sub 2. So what's the meaning of this? We could have two values of x that could result to one y value, which means this is not 1-to-1.
And this time, let's test your understanding. Answer the following items. Identify the given is 1-to-1 or not. So you can pause this video. And now let's check your answer. First is 1-to-1. Second is not 1-to-1. Next is 1-to-1. And last it is not 1-to-1. How about this? You can pause this video so you can answer. Let's check your answer. First, the function is 1-to-1. Second, the function is not. Third is function is 1-to-1. The first graph is 1-to-1. The second graph is not. So here are the takeaways of our lesson. When we say 1-to-1 is a function for which every element of the range of the function corresponds to exactly one element of the domain, using ordered burst, using graphs, and using function. So always remember that the y value that we can have one x value.
So this is the end of our discussion. Thank you for watching.